everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to navigate to our online textbook. It's called Reveal Algebra 1. So from your Canvas page, over here on the left-hand side, it's published by McGraw-Hill. So this says McGraw-Hill login. So when I click on that, you'll get this blank kind of screen with just a button that says open a new tab. So we want to do that. You might have to pick your login information. You may even have to type your password if you're not in there already. When it pops up, we've seen this screen a couple of times before, hopefully. You've got the first one here is your Reveal Algebra 1, and you've also got your Alex. So Alex is a great online tool. We'll talk about that in some other videos, but right now we're going to the Reveal Algebra 1, so we're going to click Launch. Now your view might look slightly different than mine because this is my teacher edition. But you should have basically where do you want to go as an option here on your page, and that's what we want to use. So you can pick any place in the textbook that you want to go to. For our purposes, I'm going to show you how to go to Module 2, Lesson 3, Solving Multi-Step Equations. So you saw I opened that down arrow, and then it showed me all the lessons within a module. So when I click that, you'll be taken here, and you can see that title, Lesson 3, Solving Multi-Step Equations. Then you'll see these blue bars, Launch, Explore and Develop, Reflect and Practice, and additional resources. Inside of them is all the content for this lesson. So I'm going to click the Expand All. When I do that, I start seeing these little tiles within each of those sections. In the Launch, I see a warm-up and today's standards. So that gives us a little practice, also tells us what's important to be focusing on today. In Explore and Develop, we see some orange Explore tiles. Those are some interactives and things where we can get familiar with the topic. The green Learns are where they're going to give us some new information, kind of walk us through how to do the activities in this lesson. And then we start seeing things that are in blue, which are examples. And if you look at example 1, you can actually see that that is in your textbook. And for this particular lesson, this problem is seen on page 85. Now, if it's an extra example, it's not in your textbook. So that's beyond what's in your textbook. But then example 2, that's again back in your textbook, and that's on page 86 for this lesson. We get to these check problems. These are in your textbook, but you might notice they go in a slight out of order. So the first check question in your textbook is before example 2, but the second check question is after example 2. So they kind of grouped a bunch of them here together in this check, but you should be able to find them pretty easily in your textbook as well. Example 3 is in your textbook, and then the check is also in your textbook. After that, we get to Reflect and Practice. Exit ticket, not in your textbook. It is a good way to see if you picked up on the concept of today's lesson. The Solving Multi-Step Equations practice, this is the practice set of problems, or at least some of them, from pages 89 and 90. Now, you will find that online, they've shuffled the order. So you might see a problem like 3t plus 7 equals negative 8, which is number 1, on page 89. You might see that once you get to like the third or fourth problem, so they've just kind of shuffled them around. There is a video here to kind of help you if you need some extra assistance. They even have it in Spanish. There's an interesting cartoon that might help explain the concept. And then there's an extension, and the extensions are where they've either taken an application of the concept, they've made it a little bit more tricky, so they've upped the difficulty level in some way in the extension. So I want to show you what some of those resources look like when you actually go ahead and open them up. So the warm-up here shows you 500 questions. Unfortunately, and this is something that I wish they did have the feature of, you can't type or edit or comment on this, so you can just do this on a separate sheet of paper. You can show the answers whenever you want that to check your answer, but please try them at least first. The next tile that you could have gone to is the standards. Real quickly, it is a little bit nice to see what the learning objective is for the day. So the next tile here is an Explore tile, and there is a video for how to use algebra tiles. I think that's actually a really nice, helpful video. And then there's some exercises that are kind of responses to the videos, and so you can put your answer in there and then check your answer to see if you're right. So this next tile is a Learn tile, and this is kind of an interactive where you're picking inverse operations, and you can actually drag them from the top into the spots below. And then you can kind of type like a little explanation of what operations you'd use to solve this equation here. This next tile is an example tile, and so you'll see these examples right in the book. So this first one is on, it starts on page 85 and continues on to 86. So you can kind of see the guidance that they went through on this first problem. They even show you the check step where they plug the answer back in and check to see that they got a true statement there. Letter B of the example 1 is on page 86. This, think about it, is not in your textbook, but it's another opportunity to kind of show your thinking and explain what you know. This next tile is an extra example, and remember that these are not available in your textbook, but you can work this out on some separate paper, and you can actually type an answer in, and just type an answer in. If you check that, see that's wrong, you can ask the, you can click the, need help button. It does tell you a little bit of explanation, but if you need more help, there is actually a video down below here that walks you through solving a similar type of problem. So that's nice. This next tile is the check tile, and so you will see it'll kind of tell you some details like how many points and how many questions there are. These are in your book, but you can also answer them here. So if you click the check, you will see that this problem is directly in your book there. And there's question 2 is also in there. These are 1 and 2 are both on page 86. Question 3 is on page 87. So you can do those all online as well. This tile is the exit ticket tile, and it is not found in your book. Again, you can click the button to show answers, but you're going to be working this out on a separate sheet of paper and checking your answers. This tile has 2 videos from the personal tutor to show you how to do some of the problems in this unit, in this lesson. This is the brain pop video. I'll let you watch that and enjoy that on your own. This tile is the extension tile, and this time it's extending what we've learned in this unit to finding the angles of triangles. So it has opportunities for you to kind of follow some of their examples, and then it actually goes and gives you places where you can actually practice this, enter your answers, and check the answers that you get. So that's a really nice opportunity to push yourself a little bit further. So those are the different tiles we have in this particular lesson. You can navigate through them by clicking on them individually. There are also a lot of this content can be found in your book, so you can be writing your answers down in your book. You can also be submitting them online here. All of that is helpful as well.